Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to take apart and rebuild the hot end for your 22 IDEX. Now this might happen when you get a nozzle jam or a clog in the heat break or something, switching between high temp materials, whatever the situation. I'm going to show you exactly how to take it apart and make it totally new again. So for this, you're going to need a 2mm hex driver, a 7mm nut driver, could just use pliers for, but these come in the toolkit, so you'll also need like a crescent wrench or a pair of pliers, maybe even a bench vise, something like that, something to hold a square, which is the hot block. And then if you're replacing the heater or thermistor, a good thing to have on hand is some boron nitride paste, because this increases the thermal transfer and just gives you overall more efficiency. Not required, but very good to have. So let's start with the 2mm, and we're gonna open up the machine and then get inside. One of the big things too is make sure that you've unloaded and retracted the filament and that your hot end has cooled down at this point. It's a lot harder to do on a super hot nozzle. So make everything cool down, and then you're going to want to come back in here with the machine off, and you can actually move this a little bit closer just to make everything a little easier to work with. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with these two screws to release the wire shroud and the cooling fan. So these just come right out. Next one comes out here, and the cooling fan will come right off like that, and the wire shroud will come right off like that. Make sure to gather the screws, and you can put them on the build plate or somewhere more secure. Now we have access to all the wires here. You're going to want to do the 2 red wires and the 2 black wires. So we're just going to come in here with the 2mm, and you can just hold the back of it and sort of press, just push in the button, and see how the wire pops right out. Same with this one, press it in, pops out, and then these two as well, just press it in, they pop right out. Now you're going to loosen the heat break here, and that's going to drop the heat block. There we go. I'm going to jiggle that out of there real quick. So now the last bit is the signal wire. You'll see right here, it's on an angled bracket, and it's sort of down at an angle. This is really important that when you reinstall this, it's still at that angle, because that prevents it from hitting any other metal in the area. And if it does touch metal, then it's going to mess with the calibration. So just remember how this is, and when you put it back, make sure it's maintaining that angle. To remove it, we're just going to unscrew this one screw, and there we go. Okay, so now we have just the hot end. Let's go take it apart. So here we have our removed hot end. So you'll see the big red wires go to the nozzle heater, and then the black wires go to the nozzle thermistor. So we have the heat break, the heat block, and then the nozzle. So if there's no filament connecting them together, I should just be able to, yep, I can just loosen that out. Now sometimes you'll have filament in there, they'll spin together. So if your nozzle and heat break are too tight and you can't get them just by hand, then you can always take it into like a crescent wrench like this, tighten that down, and then simply break them free. So there we go. Now if you want to take out the heater or thermistor, then you're going to want to again use the 2mm driver and simply take out the screw in here that holds them in and keeps them from backing out. And then you might have to push them out from the back. They're going to be in there pretty good, but as you can see, that thermistor comes right out, and it's already got boron nitride on it, which is the thermal paste, and it increases the thermal transference from the heat to the actual sensor component. So it just makes it a little more efficient. So if you want to replace this, you're going to start with a totally fresh one. You want to put a little bit of boron nitride on it. All right, so I'm just going to use a little bit of alcohol on this pad to clean the old one off. And then I'll take the boron nitride and a little brush. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of boron nitride onto the outside, just like so. And you can just sort of spread it around. And then if you want, you can put a little bit into the actual hole itself. Just reinsert that into there, just to the edge. And we'll take our hex driver and reinsert that screw. Bada bing, bada boom. And then to complete the rebuild, we will reinsert the heat break and nozzle. Now, how do you tell which side's up? You can look at that little Slice Engineering logo right there, and the orange is facing up. Or you can just look at the square block is going to be pointing towards the front. Now, the heat break goes on the top, just down to the edge. So you really just want to screw it down until the threads go just flush with the top of the block. Then you're going to take your nozzle, and you're going to tighten it all the way as far as it'll go. And then, for good measure, you put it back in the crescent wrench, or vice grip, or whatever you have, and get that thing nice and tight. There we go. Okay, so that is rebuilding the hot end. From here, we're gonna go back in the reverse order and reinstall it. Now, the last step you gotta remember is doing the calibration one more time, because when we change the heat break and nozzle, the Z offset, or the distance from the build plate, has now changed. So we need to let the machine know this is where the nozzle is, do your auto calibration, and then you're good to go and start printing after that. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna wanna do is obviously orient it the way we want it, but we're gonna reinstall this ground wire. So I'm gonna look at where the 90-degree angle is, and I'm gonna have that go to the back. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm just gonna get this in. Dexterous fingers before moving to the 2mm driver. I'm gonna get that mostly in there. We want this right there in the back. This is making electrical connection with the hot end so we can do the auto calibration. So we don't want that touching anything else. So now that we've got that, it's nice and tight, I'm gonna put the heat break back in, and then we're just gonna put it up mostly, right about there, and then tighten that. So now we can plug our wires back in. So I'll start with the 2 black wires for the thermistor. Those are gonna go on the 2 bottom plug holes on the terminal block. If you have trouble getting in here, you can use that 2mm hex driver to sort of push in the actual pin there. Boom, and you'll hear it snap. You'll know if it's in there. If these wires don't go in and are loose, you can have other problems. And that's always what we'll take you through on the troubleshooting process. So as you do this, double check everything, make sure they're fully seated, and that the plug thing has come back out. All right, now I've got the 2 heater wires. These are a lot easier because they're bigger. You just push it in there, make sure it's solid, and then the other heater wire goes in that top one there. Extra push just to make sure it's good, and we're solid. So then I'm gonna grab the 2 screws and the shroud, and I'm gonna preload the shroud with the screws. So that's gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna load those through the cooling fan shroud. And then I'm gonna preload one of them with my 2mm hex driver. And I'm gonna start with that one. I'm just gonna get that into the hole on the extruder. And I'm gonna wait until I got it a little bit, and I'm gonna leave it loose so that I can then go and manage these wires, which I want to be coming down through the wire shroud. Okay, oh, just lost one screw, that's okay. So I'm gonna tighten this screw more so that it's relatively snug, not super tight. I'm just gonna come down here and make sure that these wires are coming up in the shroud. You could theoretically just run without the shroud, that is an option. It just keeps it looking nice, really, but you don't necessarily need it. I'm gonna get that second screw in there. Start that going, and then before I tighten them down, I'm gonna come underneath, and I'm really gonna look, and I'm gonna make sure, okay, all my wires are going up through there. Let me get that signal wire a little bit better. Some of these need to tuck up into there. So once we got everything in the shroud, then I can actually, if I want to clean this up a little bit, I can sort of push it and pull it up through, pull that one, and sort of just pull everything a little bit. Be careful, again, of the signal wire. Make sure that's not touching anything else. And we're good to go. I'm gonna finalize the tightening. If you got the PTFE tube out of the way to make it easier, you can put that back in, and you are good to go. So you can close the machine back up. Okay, so that's all there is to it. You just got mostly this 2mm hex wrench, a nut driver, crescent wrench, a little bit of boron nitride if you're doing the heater and thermistor. Anyway, if you have any questions or need more help, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. And all of this documentation is written at wiki.visionminder.com, so make sure you're referencing that. Hope you're enjoying your printer. Thanks for watching. Have a positive rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.